The 2024 F1 season countdown is officially on. Last season might not have been the spectacle fans hoped for. Man, that single team dominance was a real buzzkill. But hey, this time around things are about to change. That's because a whopping 75% of F1 drivers will be free agents before the season even kicks off. Now that's a massive number, and I promise you every single one of these guys is eyeing up a move on the grid. So today, let's dive into the possibilities of who might land where, why McLaren are a threat, and how Mercedes might have screwed themselves. But first, I have another bomb to drop. Carlos Sainz could be leaving Ferrari. Yes, logically, a Sainz-Ferrari split does not add up. The Spaniard has proven he can hold his own among the F1 elite and even clinched a race win last season, standing out as the only non-Red Bull driver to do so. However, a wind of change seems to be blowing at Ferrari, with Fred Vassar's vision of moulding the team around Charles Leclerc. If this mirrors the Verstappen-Red Bull dynamic, Sainz might not be on board, and if that's the case, we could witness a parting ways between Sainz and Ferrari. With that said, I gotta tell you, the only two teams that are on the sidelines of this season's carousel are Mercedes and McLaren. McLaren, equipped with the immensely promising youngster Piastri, has him secured until the end of 2026, and for good reason. At just 22, this young lad has already delivered an impressive rookie season, including a sprint race win and 2 Grand Prix podiums, setting the stage for a promising journey ahead. And then there's Lando Norris, the other McLaren driver. Though he's committed to the team until 2025, his future could sway the market if McLaren's car performance doesn't match up. If they build a competitive car, challenging Red Bull, Norris might stay, but if they fall short, Red Bull could come knocking. However, prying Norris away won't be easy, as McLaren CEO Zak Brown has made it very clear that he's hell-bent on keeping one of the most talented drivers on the F1 board. Here's what he said when asked if Norris would be sold to Red Bull for £100 million. He's quite a valuable racing driver, a great asset to the racing team. There's no number that we would be interested in trading him for. With that, it looks like McLaren's future is pretty secure, but oh boy, Mercedes is a hot mess right now. Despite having the most successful driver in F1 history, Lewis Hamilton, on their roster, the team has fallen out of sync with the rest of the grid in terms of the driver market dynamics. As the 2024 season unfolds, Mercedes is sidelined, unlike other teams. Hamilton, almost 41 when his contract ends in 2025, has interests beyond racing, so if Mercedes doesn't show a path to immediate championship contention, Hamilton might step back. On the other hand, George Russell, despite showing promise, is yet to prove himself as a genuine world champion contender. The last few percentage points make all the difference in F1, and Toto Wolff, Mercedes team principal, is in the game to win it. Russell's contract also expires at the end of 2025. However, with the majority of drivers on the grid signing new contracts this year, Mercedes could find itself short of experienced options if they decide Russell isn't up to the task of filling Hamilton's racing shoes. Honestly, Mercedes might be forced to stick with Russell and bring in a new rookie to replace Hamilton. Doesn't sound like an ideal scenario for the powerhouse team, does it? Now let's shift gears to the seat that's been the talk of the town. Yes, the one alongside Max Verstappen at Red Bull. Perez's 2023 stint was a bit meh, and his future is hanging by a thread. Though he's locked in for 2024, a stellar performance is non-negotiable for a contract extension, and Christian Horner's already dropping hints about multiple drivers eyeing that 2025 spot. It's the hot seat, no doubt. Now, Red Bull's junior team has Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson in the ring. While Tsunoda's got potential, his inconsistency might shuffle him off to Aston Martin. On the other hand, Daniel Ricciardo is eager for a Red Bull comeback, but his return after the McLaren stint didn't live up to expectations. With only a 7th place finish in Mexico, the Aussie faces tough competition. However, Red Bull seems to have a buffet of options. Liam Lawson, the rookie who made waves filling in for Ricciardo last year. I mean, it's a risky move, placing a rookie alongside Verstappen, considering Max's track record of outperforming teammates, but Lawson could operate under lesser expectations and learn from the best. Yet, Red Bull might lean towards experience. If Norris is off limits, Ferrari's Charles Leclerc becomes an intriguing prospect. Despite earlier reports of a contract extension with Ferrari, Leclerc remains a free agent at the end of 2024. With Ferrari not rushing to finalise deals, Red Bull could make a tempting offer. One driver in hot demand is Charles Leclerc, previously linked to Mercedes. That prospect faded with Hamilton and Russell securing new deals, but if Ferrari secures Leclerc before Red Bull can sway him, Carlos Sainz emerges as a prime candidate on their shopping list. Leclerc has been vocal about his desire for a medium to long-term deal with Ferrari, but reports suggest Ferrari might prefer a shorter extension. Additionally, Leclerc has been linked with a move to Alfa Romeo when they officially take over from Sauber in 2026. Carlos Sainz, whether staying at Ferrari, returning to Red Bull or moving to Alfa Romeo, doesn't seem to be the first choice for teams to replace him. However, Ferrari could turn to Alex Albon, whose impressive 2023 campaign with Williams has significantly raised his stock, entering the second and final year of his deal. Albon could be eyeing potential opportunities higher up the grid, and with Ferrari's options for promising drivers limited, Albon could be in line for a significant jump up the grid. Another contender in Ferrari's considerations is Robert Schwartzman, who has had noteworthy test drives for Alfa Romeo. The 24-year-old Israeli boasts proven credentials, winning the F3 title in 2019 and delivering strong performances in F2. Among the rookies eyeing a seat from 2025 onwards, Theo Pourchaire emerges as the favourite. The Sauber junior driver clinched the F2 championship in 2023 with remarkable consistency. However, Sauber might let both drivers go at the end of 2024. Pourchaire is eager to secure a spot on the grid for 2025, which means he could land in one of the Alpha cars from 2026. Speaking of Sauber, they're in a tight spot with no drivers signed beyond 2024. Decisions loom for Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu, with strong performances key for their F1 futures. Moreover, Alpine faces negotiations with Ocon's contract ending. Impressive, but needing a strong 2024. Ocon is sure as heck in the hot seat. On the other hand, Pierre Gasly seemed to have settled in well at Alpine, but he also needs a new deal to extend his stay. Meanwhile, over at Aston Martin, there's a strong desire to keep the age-defying Fernando Alonso. Despite being 43, Alonso's stellar performance in 2023 makes him a valuable asset. While a move to Red Bull or Ferrari would be a shock, the most likely scenario for Alonso leaving Aston Martin might be an eventual retirement. Lance Stroll's connection to the team, thanks to his father's ownership, makes it highly probable that he'll stay put for the 2025 season. Further down the grid, Haas finds itself in a bit of a dilemma. Both Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen might be growing frustrated with the team's uncompetitive cars. Hülkenberg's strong qualifying performances in 2023 could open doors to more competitive teams, while Magnussen needs a robust 2024 to secure another F1 contract. Now turning our attention to Williams, a team on the rise. Alex Albon is undoubtedly the man to thank for their massive improvement in 2023, but the big question for Williams is whether they can keep Albon beyond 2024. What do you think? Well, I'll tell you what, the key to that decision lies in Williams showing continued progress and challenging Alpine at the bottom of the midfield. However, amidst Williams' progress, uncertainties loom for Logan Sargeant, who endured months of speculation before securing a seat for 2024. Sargeant needs a strong 2024 to secure a long-term place. And as Williams continues to progress, the team becomes a more attractive proposition, potentially opening spots for promising rookies like Frederick Vesti, part of the Mercedes Junior program. Another interesting player is Aston Martin's Felipe Drugovich, part of the Aston Martin driver development program. The 23-year-old F2 champion is expected to break through in 2025. And what do you know? Williams could be the perfect place for him to make his mark. And that's all for this video. What's your bet for the biggest shocker in the F1 driver market once the 2024 season wraps up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.